The Pope's Torment. I8 read it. My conclusion as I reached in the end was to have I8 inspect the contents. In the case that there is some harmful trap activated by reading it, then it can simply be settled by sacrificing I8. And noticing my expectations, I8 also froze for a moment, then silently picked up the book and began to review the contents. Due to the cloth with symbol of an eye that represented the Kinmei unit, I cannot see his expression, but I am sure that man is prepared to face the worst. From my members of the Kinmei unit, they must be prepared to accept death at any time. Sajin, please tell me what you know about that girl. Until I8 has finished reading the book, I must ask Sajin about that girl. Sure, she's Wakabahito-san. She was my classmate in the previous life, and on top of that, she was the most beautiful girl in the school. From Sajin's words, I gained an unexpected sense of unease. Why is this bothering me? What is bothering me? Beautiful girl. Because Sajin called that girl a beautiful girl? Strange. From my perception, I did not think she had any particularly outstanding features. Right, because everyone normally just perceives her as white. After considering that far, I shuddered, because I couldn't clearly recall that girl's face. Sajin, were you able to see that girl's face clearly? Huh? Why are you asking something so obvious? Finally going senile? What is the meaning of this? Even if I try to dig into my memory, the only thing I can remember of that girl is whiteness, even though I have the record skill. Then, does this mean that my perception was obstructed in some manner? However, for what reason? In addition, why was Sajin not affected? Was some technique used so that only particular people are affected? Alternatively, is it because Sajin knew that girl originally and the technique did not affect him? Either way, I don't understand the significance. Does this mean that if Sajin has also been affected by the perception obstruction, then he wouldn't have been able to really realize that realize that she was a reincarnator? In that case, what should I do? Alternatively, should I attempt to break through the perception obstruction? I don't know. In the end, my thoughts are no better than conjecture. It seems I won't be able to determine this girl's intentions. All I know is that her concealment ability is formidable, so formidable that I couldn't even realize that such a technique was being employed. Putting aside the manner of her disguising herself as her previous existence, I guess it's possible that her special skill relates to an ability with illusions. Wakaba-san is a flawless beautiful girl to the extent of being a personification of a cool beauty. Like, so much that you'd expect she'd popped out from the world of manga or something, you see? Her appearance is like what you'd expect of a celebrity, right? It seems that she wore glasses because she herself didn't want to stand out, but even then, that couldn't conceal her beauty, you know? Those glasses were definitely just for show. Her figure is crazy awesome, too. It totally showcases what the golden ratio really means. Yeah, also her hair is super smooth, long straight hair, like you could see an angel's halo about. Or rather, she is an angel for real. Her black hair was great, but Wakaba-san's pure white hair was just then was also real nice. She felt unreal before, but that glittering white hair was totally fantasy-like. Divine, basically. Wow, just totally wow. What's up with this guy? Are you in love with her? No way, man. That sentiment is nothing so lowly. That is what you call worship. Even as a joke, you're at the very center of the greatest religion of this world, and you're speaking of worshipping an ordinary person and not God? I must surely have made a mistake in his training in some way. I see. That's enough about her appearance. What about the crucial aspects of her character? Dunno. For an instant, I was unable to grasp what he meant, and it seems like my considerations were vanishing into thin air. You don't know? To say you don't know after all that blather, what is going on? Her mysteriousness is also part of Wakaba-san's appeal. A fool, it doesn't explain anything. Because Wakaba-san didn't involve herself with others, taciturn and expressionless. No clue as to what she was thinking about. We could only look at her from afar. It's just how enigmatic a beautiful girl she was. That alone was enough to satisfy you see? Satisfy us, you see? Seems Sachin has the expression of having gained some kind of enlightenment. It seems that after all that I might have erred with my personnel selection. Erred or aired? I think it's aired. Yeah, like air. I now feel that it might be better to recall Yurin from the Academy in the NRH Kingdom and have her be trained for Dark Ops. Your Holiness, I have finished reading. While I am feeling disgust towards Sejin's foolishness, I raises his voice. There's no change in your condition? Correct. Based on my use of approval, I am not afflicted by any strangeness in my status. So long as there's no delayed reaction, I don't believe there is any direct harm. Based on those remarks, it sounds like there could be indirect harm, though. The contents are incredibly unique, possibly harmful. I8 gives an evasive reply. That reaction was unexpected. I8 is an excellent man, even amongst the Dark Ops. For whether the contents are dangerous or not, it's unusual for him to use such uncertain words. I8, speak your opinion frankly. Does it seem likely to you that I should read the contents of this book directly? Yes. If the contents written here are correct, then it is my humble opinion the only one who can pass judgment on them is your Holiness. Is it an urgent matter? If not, then I could read a written copy. It is my personal opinion that the sooner it is looked into, the better. However, taking into account the possibility of a delayed reaction trap being applied, it may be better to use a written copy. After a moment's thought, I snatch the book from my aide's hand and start to read. The possibility of a trap was low from the beginning. This is a person who has easily penetrated the very center of the heavily guarded divine word religion. Even without using a roundabout method of a trap, assassination would be simple enough. If something should happen to me, then it means that was all I ever amounted to. If my life comes to an end, there are subordinates who can inherit my will. Should the occasion arise, provisions for transfer of control are always ready for someone to become when someone becomes pope. However, in a different sense, this book is something incredible. I'm only just about able to stop myself from wanting to clutch my head. Why a spider? Sajin mutters while peering at the book from the side. If the contents of the book is incredible, then what's scribbled in the margins is also incredible. Did Wakaba-san have such a playful side to her as well? Idiot, this is a hidden message. At first glance, it appears to be a cute drawing of a spider, but this is an important message. Firstly, the spider's body is white. Speaking of a spider, the first thing that comes to mind is the one known as the oldest divine beast, but her family is black-bodied, also with no sickle-like feet either. A monster with a white body and sickle-like feet. As a holder of the record skill, like I did before, I am able to recall the strife that monster caused. The nightmare of the labyrinth. A mysterious monster with a connection to the divine word religion, that is what this drawing represents. He's not wrong. Like Kumo didn't really, Shira didn't really talk about how she's drawing spiders in the books. That would have been cute. She might in the next chapter though. I don't know. Yeah, it is pretty cute. Maybe she's just doing it naturally, not even thinking about it. She's just like in the middle of writing. She's also drawing cute spiders in the margins for no reason at all. Oh god, it's fucking great. Also, that whole fucking paragraph with the worshipping of her appearance. Brilliant. Oh, this is a great story. It is insane how many chapters of this I have read. Oh god, I looked at the number on the playlist. It's nearing 400, isn't it? I think it's past. I know it's past 300. I think it's past like a year. Oops, like 365. It's totally past that. I'm not sure though. It is fucking crazy though. And that people listen. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, so thank you for that.